We live in hard times. We live in unprecedented times. We live in uncertain times. But in such times, Americans have always faced their fears and rose victorious in the fight for faith, family, and freedom. Even today, we have everything we need to keep our hope alive. Our fellow Americans, and now, songs for the American spirit. Welcome to Songs for the American Spirit. I'm Kyle Schmitz, and I'm so excited to be here with you today. I'm so excited to be able to share songs that not only are impactful and inspirational, but embody that idea of faith and family and freedom and the fight for that. And we live in times where we're tempted to want to give up, and there's nothing more powerful than music to help to keep our hopes alive and to fuel us and to lift our spirits. And I hope that's what we can accomplish in this podcast here. So let me give you just a brief layout of where we're going to go, what it's going to look like, and we'll get into it. The first is the song itself. I'm going to tell you the song I've chosen and unpack a little bit of what it means. Secondly, I'm going to read the lyrics to you so you hear those ahead of time. And then third, I'm going to play the recording of the song for you. Now, a lot of the songs you're going to hear initially are going to be songs that I myself have written and recorded. And then as the podcast grows and expands, I actually want this to become a community where thousands of artists are contributing their songs, talking about their songs, what it means to them, why they wrote it, and how it embodies the characteristics and the virtues of the American spirit. So super exciting. And that said, to kick us off, this is a song that was an old poem, and the author is actually anonymous. We don't know who wrote this. And if you hear this, let me know. The title of the poem is called To the Men Who Lose. And this poem talks about how failure, a hard-fought failure, is actually a noble thing, right? It's better than not doing anything at all. For men to get into the fight and to go. And that's for men and women too. But to strive for something more, to build, to get into it. And this is clearly what we see in our history as Americans. We weren't afraid to face the fight. We didn't back down from a fight that was worth fighting, whatever it was on the other side. And we didn't keep it from us. And this is what this is about. It's a toast to the men, though they've lost, but they actually engaged in the fight, which is huge. My favorite line is this: "The king is he who, after fierce defeat, can up and fight again." Love that line. Let me read the whole thing to you here. To the men who lose. Here's to the men who lose. What though their work be e'er so nobly planned and watched with zealous care, no glorious halo crowns their efforts grand, contempt is failure's share. Here's to the men who lose. If triumph's easy smile our struggles greet, courage is easy then. The king is he who, after fierce defeat, can up and fight again. Here's to the men who lose. The ready plaudits of a fawning world ring sweet in victors' ears. The vanquished's banner never are unfurled. For them there sound no cheers. Here's to the men who lose. The touchstone of true worth is not success. There is a higher test. Though fate may darkly frown onward to press and bravely do one's best. Here's to the men who lose. It is the vanquished's praises that I sing, and this is the toast I choose. A hard-fought failure is a noble thing. Here's to the men who lose. Well, I'm really excited to share with you my musical take on this old poem. So without further ado, here is To the Men Who Lose. I hope you really enjoy it.
Here's to the men who lose. What though their work be e'er so nobly planned and watched with zealous care, no glorious halo crowns their efforts grand, contempt is failure's share. Here's to the men who lose. If triumph's easy smile our struggles greet, courage is easy then. The king is he who, after fierce defeat, came up and fight again. Here's to the men who lose the ready plaudits of a fawning world. Ring sweet in victors' ears, the vanquished banners never are unfurled. For them there sound no cheers. Here's to the men who lose the touchstone of true worth is not success. There is a higher test, though fate may darkly frown onward to press and bravely do one's best. Here's to the men who lose. It is the vanquished praises that I sing, and this is the toast I choose. A hard-fought failure is a noble thing. Here's to the men who lose.
Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed today's song as much as I did. And more than that, I hope it has fueled your spirit in the fight for faith, family, and freedom. Who in your family and friends might really enjoy today's song? Share it with them now. Are you on Instagram? I'd love to connect with you. You can find me at Songs for the American Spirit. Lastly, be on the lookout for our songs to be on all major platforms soon. Until then, my fellow Americans, never back down and never give up.